Hello gaming minions, welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you're doing alright. Did you know that by clicking on this video I owe you another KFC or a McDonald's? Anyway, unpopular opinions video time. So some of you may know that I made a recent video saying voice your unpopular opinions and just voice them, don't worry about what other people think. This is your time to be honest and open with your unpopular opinions. I think after this time of thinking, I may just have a few myself. Sadly though, this video and traction on Twitter didn't really get that much people interested, which is quite stable because I'm a low YouTube channel. I'm not that really well known on Twitter, sadly. But let me just fix this. Go. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if I did have pretty much more of a bigger following, then I'm pretty confident that I would have had a lot more people responding. But I'm very grateful and happy for the people that did respond. I thank you very much. You know who you are, and you're going to see yourself in this video. And let's get on with it, shall we? Okay then, here we go. Start off with Pal Block Gaming. Thank you very much, Pal, for your comment. And you said, I think Battle Royale games are really getting in the way of game releases, and players are now stuck in an endless loop playing them without any interest in other games. I can see where you're coming from on that one, Pal, and that's pretty much evident in today's generation. With a lot of Battle Royale games getting in the way of other games. Yeah, I agree. They're fun, but I don't see why someone can play Warzone over and over and they have next-gen consoles. I know what you mean. Some people are sort of stuck in their ways though, aren't they? I think I remember playing, this was going back to me quite a few years ago, maybe a decade or so, but not yet, I don't think it was that far, but when I was playing on a certain game on the PS3, that was DC Universe Online, right? When the PS4 came out, I wanted to switch to the PS4 to play that game a lot better on the PS3. This is just one game of many, but little did I realise that the PlayStation 3 service was shutting down. So it's a good job I did start again. Unfortunately, I had to start again with my player, build up my stats and everything, which was a hassle, but I loved that game. Or loved, in past tense. And yeah, I wanted to really play that game on the PS4. I heard that the service would be better, and it actually did run better on the PlayStation 4 as compared to the PS3. PS3 was majorly slow. That game took me 8 hours to download at one point. 8 hours, man. I actually started up at 12 o'clock at night, all the way up to 8 o'clock in the morning the following day, and I thought, it's only just finishing downloading. But in any case, yeah, some people are just stuck in their ways with certain games. Like, why do you even get it when they have next-gen consoles with plenty of other games to play? Seems like a waste in my opinion. Unless you're trying to take that certain game to the next level, this is just something to start with. Yeah, certain people, as I say, some people are just stuck in their ways of playing certain games, so if that's their liking, that's whatever to them, or whatever to me, to be honest, but I'm not here to say you can play all this and that, you can play whatever game you want and stuff, play it to your satisfaction and whatnot, but yeah, I can see the reason why certain people would want to play certain games and maybe take it to the next level if they want to make content on it, try and get better at it, become really professional at it and things like that. Go for it. That's all games out there, you pay for it, you do what you want with it and stuff, I say, but yeah, I do see where Pal's coming from in his approach. Thank you very much for that, Pal, really appreciate it, man. Alright, next we have VV Cow, I believe it is. That's how you say your name, sorry. Good old D, good old Darren there, mate. Darren says, Donkey Kong Country looked nice on the SNES, but unless someone owned it back in the day, they're not likely to enjoy it or see what the fuss was about. I understand where you're coming from on this. I greatly do. I mean, Donkey Kong Country, to me, even still this day, looks fantastic on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. One of the finest games on the SNES. And what company made it? Of course, the reason why it's looking good. This logic can be applied to many games, not just the SNES for Donkey Kong Country, but yes, many games this can be applied to, because a lot of the younger gamer generation, or people who yeah, a lot of, many younger ones who may not be introduced to it in their younger years, as opposed to being introduced to these highly graphical games as of now, so they look at the past and think, well, what was so special about that? I mean, look at it. It looks alright, it looks okay, but this game looks better because look at the graphics, look a little bit more detailed and a little bit more realistic. You know where I'm coming from. Even if game's not based on realism, graphics, they eat up people's eyes, and force habit with them. They're just going to think that because this game has better graphics than that game from the past, it's automatically a better game. But yeah, I greatly understand where you're coming from, Darren, on the actual comment here and the logic behind it. I really, really do. I actually do get it, and I agree. Yeah. GoldenEye 64 is overrated. Oh, hot take. That is so hot, man. It's like sitting in a hot lake of lava and stuff. GoldenEye 64. Now, one of my most favourite games ever. Not just because it's the first-person shooter, but because I grew up with that game and I loved it so much. Let's see what else you've got to say about it. The bulk of the fun is with multiplayer. Main campaign is awkward and not as good as people make it out. Now, you see, I actually loved the campaign on this game. I'm probably one of thousands, if not millions probably, I'm not too sure. But I actually found a great chunk of fun, 30% into the multiplayer as opposed to the campaign. Now, the campaign for me was great, and it was really good fun doing the missions, the objectives, and you can't fail on anything, otherwise you failed the whole mission. And it was really good, like going from mission to mission, place to place, hearing these amazing soundtracks from the game and seeing the different interpretations of levels from the movie. Bear in mind, I actually played the game before I even played the movie. It's one of those things, I got it backwards there, but 1995, I think the GoldenEye was released. The N64 wasn't released until 1996. And I didn't get mine until 1997-ish, I think it was around that time. So I was a bit late towards it. But playing the missions on N64, GoldenEye was an absolute blast. What made it even more fun for me was unlocking those cheat codes like DK mode, paintball mode. Invincibility was the hardest cheat in the entire game. Unlocking that on facility. No radar, or I don't know if that was an actual one. Using the lasers, all guns mode, absolute fun, man. Of course, what company made it? Rareware. Game's brilliant. I love the game, but the only thing that I can say about GoldenEye that hasn't aged really that well is probably the way it looks with the character models. I mean, the character models, they've not aged like fine wine, sadly. They've aged like rotten milk. So I will say that. Personally, I wouldn't say it's like overrated, but I can see the reason why you would think that, because a lot of people love it, a lot of people give it props, and many people have these nostalgia goggles or rose-tinted glasses, as they say, as to not look at its flaws and faults with it. But me, I love the game all around. Even with its faults, I can see the faults clearly with that game. So definitely, respect your opinion for saying that, Darren. Nice one. Chucky Egg 2 is superior to Chucky Egg. I know of the Chucky Egg games. In fact, I've seen gameplay for it. When I was starting to introduce myself to the retro scene a lot more during my late teens. And yes, Chucky Egg. Wasn't that a ZX Spectrum game? I think it might have been. I'm not too sure. I doubt it was an Amiga. I think it might have been a ZX Spectrum. Probably, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I haven't played those games. You probably know a lot bit about it than I do, because I have not much experience with the ZX Spectrum. But definitely, yeah. I'm not too sure if that's a hot take or not, so maybe that's just a personal preference. But hey, I don't really hear people talk about the 80s games and stuff like that, so that'll be interesting to hear. Thank you very much, Darren, for your comment. I really do appreciate it. Now it is time for my unpopular opinions. I don't have many, I just have about 3. So I'm going to start with 2 of them are based on games, and one of them is based on a gaming accessory, which I've got here. So I'm going to start off with one of the games. So, the Uncharted series is the biggest load of meh I have ever played in a game. I've played these games and they don't do anything for me. I failed to see the massive appeal, and I played the first one, played the second, I played the third and the fourth. Just felt so repetitive as anything. Story didn't really capture me. I was playing them, I was trying my best to get invested with the characters and stuff. I just found myself not caring. I just wanted to get through the game out of pure curiosity. Just my mind went from, okay, let's try these games out, see what all the hype is about. Hopefully I might enjoy it, to going to play them and I'm like, oh, when is this finished? That kind of thing. Nathan Drake, he's a cool character. When I heard there was going to make a movie about this, I was thinking, well, that's probably going to fail. But at the same time, I was thinking, so what? Why do I care? I don't care. That's what I was honestly thinking, you know what I mean? So, ain't nothing and nobody can say it's going to change anything how I feel about that. I mean, you may disagree with me on this, because a lot of you do love the games, but you know what this is called? Unpopular opinions. Right. My second unpopular opinion, I've made a video about this in the past. Not many of you may know about my take on this, but this is probably one of the biggest unpopular opinions, right? The GTA game series is trash. I really dislike the GTA games. Right, so that's probably a big hot take. That is probably the biggest one I've had in me for a long time. I just really wanted to voice that. In fact, I kind of did in one of my videos back in the day, and I think I was kind of nice about it, but I'm sick to death of pretending that I should like this game because everyone else likes it. Right, I really do like games that have I can do what I want in a massive environment and whatnot. I like those games, but when I play the GTA games, I just don't feel much of any buzz. I don't really get anything from it. There's not just the controls. I know some people have voiced their opinions about the controls of this game and how long GTA 5 has been going on for. Those don't mean anything to me. What I would love to have seen is people actually, some hot takes on GTA as a series. I very first started playing Grand Theft Auto back when it was first released on the PlayStation 1. Then I played the the Grand Theft Auto 2. I missed out on 3. I played GTA 4. I played GTA San Andreas. I played GTA 5. And you know what? I've given them a lot of a chance. Probably some of you may be thinking, why don't you play GTA 3 or Vice City, whatever, and play some of the ones on the PSP and whatnot. I will play them, yeah, and I'll probably feel the same exactly as I do now. They are probably not going to do anything for me. When I was playing it back on, after it was released in the mid-2000s with my friend Emma at the time, I ain't seen him for years, by the way, he had the game, we played it on co-op, and you know what, I just felt like this game's like a massive so what. That's what the game felt like to me. I had no interest in playing it. I mean, would I have a good time? Not really, but I was trying to be happy for him to not appear miserable, but the game doesn't do it for me. Rockstar do make some good games, but I must say that the GTA series, absolute trash, man. Now that's gonna offend a lot of you. That's probably gonna, I can hear the typing already, get your pitchforks ready to come and hunt me down and stuff like that, but that's just how I feel about the Grand Theft Auto games as of right now. Will GTA 6 improve that? Probably, I don't know, but these games, I've played them, I've put quite a bit of time in with them. Let's see, which GTA game have I played the most? Let's have a think. I played number 1 quite a lot, and I've played number 5 quite a lot. GTA San Andreas probably about 2nd or 3rd place-ish, I would say. But you know what, I've played them, put some time in them. Nah, they don't do it for me. I don't get anything from it. The only thing that I do like about it is that you get to shoot law enforcement. I like that. And probably pedestrians, and just put that in there just in case. But other than that, doing what you will, I do like that sort of thing in game, but GTA just doesn't do it for me. And I actually like Red Dead Redemption, even though that does something similar. I love my westerns. So, GTA games, biggest pile of trash I've ever played in my life. And that felt good I'm not going to pretend to like this game because I want to appease to you guys out there, right? I'm being honest, and I'm really happy to be honest about this. Maybe one day I probably might even be a little bit more honest and break it down as to why I don't like the game that much. So as of this moment, GTA games, trash. Move on to the next subject. Now, the next one is to do with this. The Nintendo Gamecube Pad is one of the weirdest, unusual designed controllers I have ever played in my entire life. When I very first saw this back in after the year 2000 when this was released, right, the very first game I played this on was Luigi's Mansion, and the way, even till now, look, the way this is mapped out and everything, I never get used to how this controller handles. Maybe on certain games where it doesn't require all the buttons, but pretty much the majority. I've been saying this for years. This is one of the most weirdest pads, and I grew up with the N64 pads, and I don't feel like that pad's as bad as the GameCube pad. It is weird, and also, if you destroy this control pad with a hammer, you get fudge brownies inside. So I guess that's a good thing about it, right? And that's my hot takes. That's my unpopular opinions. Now, they may not sit right with you. You're probably going to disagree. I'm expecting it from people in the comments and probably from a future video, whatever. But as of this moment right now, those are my hot takes, right? Unpopular opinions. How I feel. And I'm happy to get that off my chest. No regrets. And that's all we got time for today, fellow gaming minions. If you enjoyed this video, please find your retro games or your modern games and slap the like button with them. I really appreciate it. All the support, I appreciate all comments that are actually of good comments, to be honest. Good stuff. Thank you very much to my responders. I really appreciate those of you that actually responded. Maybe in the future, if I get about 1,000 subscribers, I might make another one of these videos, or I might do a 1,000k special. But my next next milestone is 600 subscribers, and I'm getting there slowly but surely. I need to get up to date with my audience. I need to do some more live streams and stuff. I need to build up my content. I need to make better content, man. Come on, Mel. You've got this. Ow, I need to poke myself in the eye then. That hurt. Anyway, you take care of yourselves, fellow gaming minions. You just keep on gaming, keep on enjoying. You keep on, if you're YouTubers, keep up the grind. So, I'm Dr. Virtual, the Retroholic, the Gaming Doctor. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in my next video.